So Becky, we do have some participants.
We have four.
All right, great. Well, good afternoon and welcome to our webinar, The Advantages of the Illinois Bid Credit Program for Contractors. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to join us. We're actually excited to introduce this initiative to you today, and we hope that you're able to take advantage of this unique opportunity. In this webinar, you're going to learn how to earn bid credits, strengthen your bid for future capital projects by the state of Illinois, access the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, talent pipeline of qualified graduates, and network with other contractors and subcontractors through the Illinois Works Bid Credit Contractor Registry. This webinar was designed specifically for contractors, subcontractors, business associations, and other organizations that represent and support contractors and subcontractors. By the end of this session, you'll be able to join the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program. So my name is Jeff Doolittle. I am with the Center for Governmental Studies through NIU. I'm a program coach and a training analyst within Illinois Works. And our primary presenter today is going to be Rebecca. Rebecca, if you'd introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Bailey. You can address me as Becky or Rebecca. In this setting, I usually use Rebecca as it is my official email address. I've been in the construction industry for over 20 years on both sides of the desk, and I will enjoy spending the afternoon with you, teaching you more about the Bid Credit Program.
Thanks, Becky. All right. Well, the Illinois Works and its programs were created as a result of Governor Pritzker's historic $45 billion capital plan and his commitment to expanding the construction workforce and equity in this important sector of the Illinois economy. The Bid Credit Program is a part of the Office of Illinois Works, administered by the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO. This exciting initiative creates opportunities for Illinois businesses like many of yours. During this session, you're going to learn how to you can earn the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program will allow you to earn up to $334,000 in bid credits, virtual dollars, per Illinois Works graduate that you hire and retain. The above dollar amount is based on the proposed earning rate for an electrician for the full 6 years of bid credit eligibility. The wages were calculated on the Northern Illinois Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, contract with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Contractors in Northern Illinois. So again, these are not actual dollars, the 334,000, but they're virtual dollars as specified by the Illinois Works Job Act program, which is a law that was created this program. In this webinar, we're going to talk more about these virtual dollars and how they can help you win bids for state-funded capital construction projects. Please note that during this webinar, materials reflect drafts that are proposed, not effective until the department adopts them in administrative rules. So you can earn bid credits once the rules are approved. So today, we're going to answer the following questions. One, how did Illinois Works come about? Number two, what is the bid credit program? Number three, what are the eligibility criteria? Number four, how can you earn bid credits? Number five, how can bid credits help you win a bid? Number six, how do you access bid credits to use them for bidding? And number seven, how do you network with other contractors or subcontractors? Number eight, what happens if you win or lose the bid? Number nine, is this just another crazy bureaucratic program? And number 10, what's the catch? So we are going to ask that during the webinar that you stay muted today, and if you have any questions, that those are put into the chat. But if you have any specific questions you'd like to see Becky address, Feel free to go ahead and put those into chat. Otherwise, just write them down and save a note and come back to them at the end when Becky's able to take questions from you. Again, just be careful. I want to acknowledge that what's covered during the session will not, again, we're waiting on the approval for the rules for this to go into place. And we're also going to be recording this session. So again, during this webinar, again, materials reflect the draft proposals, not effective until the department adopts them in their administrative rules. So this program is being recorded and will be posted online later for future reference. If you have additional questions today, you don't feel comfortable putting that question into the chat for discussion, feel free to, if you need to contact us, with comments or feedback or questions, you can email us. Our email address is available now, being posted into the chat. The CEO Bid Credit Program at illinois.gov. So how you can get a hold of us. So at this point, I'm going to hand this over to Rebecca, and she's going to walk us through the presentation and the answers to these questions.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started with question 1. How did Illinois Works come about? The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act was passed in 2019, and it instituted the program we will be discussing today. Rebuild Illinois equals construction projects and jobs. The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act created a new bureau at DCEO, and that bureau is dedicated to the construction industry and the building trades. The Illinois Works team is focused on developing a qualified talent pipeline to help ensure long-term sustainability in Illinois. Illinois Works is a team of passionate and committed individuals with specific expertise in creating opportunities for qualified community members to earn credentials valuable to the construction and building trades. Through the Illinois Works Career Services team, those individuals can be connected to hiring contractors and subcontractors. Illinois Works programs are implemented by the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or DCEO. Illinois Works is aligned with DCEO's mission to support and maintain a climate that enables a strong economy for their customers, being taxpayers, businesses, workers, and communities, by keeping, attracting, and growing businesses, maintaining a skilled workforce, and enhancing communities so that the climate here is one in which businesses, both small and large, and their workers can succeed to the greatest extent possible. To learn more about DCEO, the website link is now being provided for you in the chat. You will also find additional information about all the Illinois Works programs, which are specifically designed to support construction and the trades, on the Illinois Works Contractors resource page. The Illinois Works Contractors resource page answers the following questions. Do you want to earn bid credits to make your bids more competitive? Do you need to strengthen your business's talent pipeline? Do you need to comply with the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act? Do you need to hire talent for your construction business? A link to the Illinois Works Contractors resource page is now being provided for you in the chat. Once you register for the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program, you will automatically be subscribed to the Bid Credit monthly newsletter. This newsletter includes announcements, the upcoming training schedule, graduate profiles, participating contractor profiles, and additional information that might be helpful to you. The registration form to sign up for the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program is now being provided for you in the chat. The Office of Illinois Works oversees 3 different programs that focus on equity and to support a talent pipeline for the construction industry and the building trades. Each program represents a critical piece to a puzzle that creates a unique and innovative workforce model. Let us review each of the 3 key programs. The Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative creates the job demand. The program opens doors of opportunity in the construction industry and the building trades for Illinois residents. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates the pipeline of diverse and qualified candidates to respond to the created demand to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates. Finally, the Illinois Works Big Credit Program creates the incentives to hire and retain these Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduates. All of these programs together focus on helping communities and supporting the construction industry and the building trades. Ultimately, Illinois Works connects the community members who graduate with the construction and building trades through the Illinois Works Career Services team. Question 2. What is the Bid Credit Program? The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program incentivizes contractors to hire and retain the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduates. These graduates are from a diverse pool of candidates who create a highly qualified talent pipeline. Employment and retention of these graduates allow contractors to earn bid credits to be used on future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. Keep in mind that Illinois not only funds large road and bridge projects, but most importantly, small and medium projects between $500,000 and $1.5 million to build community centers, schools, college facilities, community clinics, sewer and water systems, and public libraries, just to mention a few. Bid credits can be earned on any project, public or private, but can only be redeemed to bid on state-funded capital construction projects. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program allows contractors and subcontractors to earn these bid credits to use toward future bids for capital projects funded by the state or any agency of the state. Bid credits can only be earned for employing a qualified apprentice who has completed the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program on any public or private project. Annually, DCEO will determine the bid credit rate per prevailing wage trade. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Bank will track all activities related to the bid credits, and we have focused to make this experience for contractors seamless by the use of the latest technology. Please note that the bid credit earning rates for the current year have not been published, but will be on our webpage once the rules have been approved. A link to the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program webpage is being provided for you now in the chat. To better understand how this works, let us take a look at an example. How many bid credits can I earn on a single graduate? Step 1, hire a pre-apprenticeship graduate. In this example, you can hire bid credits for every wage dollar paid on every hour worked by a qualified apprentice by submitting documentation of their payroll. These bid credits will then be verified and submitted into the contractor's bid credit bank account. The first line of this example represents the payroll bid credits earned by the contractor for the wages paid on the apprentice for each year from year 1 to year 6. The second row of this example shows the hiring incentive paid to the contractor for keeping that apprentice hired for a continuous 90 days. The third row of this example shows the promotional incentive that's paid to the contractor for keeping that apprentice hired as they are promoted from each year of their apprenticeship. So for example, for year 1, the contractor is paid an incentive when the apprentice is promoted from their year 1 to year 2 apprenticeship. In year 2, they're paid the incentive when their apprentice is promoted from being a year 2 apprentice to a year 3 apprentice. And in year 3, when they're promoted from being a year 3 to year 4 apprentice. And this continues until the apprentice is promoted to being a journey person. So this continues, an apprentice is eligible to earn bid credits for up to 6 years or until they become a journey person. So in this example, you can see as the bid credits are accumulated from year to year. For this single graduate, if they remain employed for a full year based on a 40-hour work week, they and are in the program for the full 6 years of eligibility. For that single graduate, they have earned their contractor $334,000 worth of bid credits. Now, please note there is no limit to the amount of apprentices that a contractor can have, and there's no limit to the amount of bid credits that a contractor can earn. Once you have enrolled in the bid credit program, you will receive regular communications from the Illinois Works team regarding your bid credit account. Each time there is a transaction, participating contractors and subcontractors will receive an automatic email message confirming all transaction information, including the amount of bid credits awarded, the date of the bid credit award, the date of the bid credits will expire. If you request a bid credit certificate, it will also include the date the bid credit certificate is issued and the expiration date of the certificate, and the amount of bid credits used on the certificate. Please note that this will allow all participating contractors and subcontractors to track all transactions in their bid credit bank account 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The newest transactions will be at the bottom of the bid credit bank account with the balance to the right of the screen. This bank account will show all bid credits deposited or awarded, deducted or redeemed, and any adjustments for returned bid credits. Question 3. What are the eligibility criteria? Contractors and subcontractors may participate in the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program by registering with the program using the contractor registration form provided by Illinois Works. In order to participate, the contractor must do business in the state of Illinois, complete the contractor registration form, and hire an Illinois Works graduate who is enrolled, or they can sponsor them into a DOL RAP. For more information about eligibility, a general overview of the program, or a quick reference on the Bid Credit Program, there is a one-sheeter available. It provides a summary of the main program information. A link to the one-sheeter is now being provided for you in the chat. To become a part of the Bid Credit Program and to earn bid credits to be used on future state-funded capital projects, you're required to complete the contractor registration form. You're requested to enter your information, and once approved, you will be assigned a bid credit bank account number and be given access to your contractor dashboard, and here you can see all your transactions in your account. If you have any questions about how to complete the contractor registration form, which has been shared in the chat, please post them in the chat. Please note, you should register with your full company account name, a primary email address, which should be a generic one and which multiple people in your company have access to, your FEIN number without the dashes, and all construction trades in which you work. Your company name, your FEIN number, and your bid credit account number should be submitted in the same format for all forms in which you submit to the bid credit platform. In addition to the Bid Credit Program newsletter, as we discussed earlier, the Bid Credit Program one-sheeter and the Bid Credit Program webpage, the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program will also provide monthly training sessions. This session, the advantages of the Illinois Works Big Credit Program, the informational session for contractors on the advantages of the program will be provided monthly. Once the program rules have been established and approved, the Effectively Using the Big Credit Program, which will be the instructional webinar for contractor staff, will be added, and again, it will also be available monthly. And once the rules have been established, we will also be adding the big credit responsibilities for awarding agencies, which will be the training piece for funding and awarding agency staff. All of the information on session offerings and links to the registrations can be found on our webpage. A link to those is being provided for you in the chat, which will include the dates, times, and registrations. Question 4. How can you earn bid credits? The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program allows you to earn bid credits on any project, public or private, for use towards future bids in order to increase the chances of a contractor or subcontractor to win the bid. The bid credits can only be used to bid on capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois. Contractors and subcontractors may be eligible to earn bid credits by employing qualified apprentices. What is a qualified apprentice? A qualified apprentice has graduated from the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, is actively enrolled in a United States Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program in the construction trades or construction professional services, and is 6 years or less from the date of the graduate first enrolled in the USDOL registered apprenticeship program. Now, please note, if your Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduate is not enrolled in a USDOL registered apprenticeship program, you can sponsor them into a program. By January 1 of each calendar year, the Illinois Works Big Credit Program will post on our webpage a list of all construction trades and all construction professional services which are eligible for bid credits. Currently, the bid credit earning rates will be reevaluated and published annually. Currently, you can see the incentive rates on our webpage, but you cannot see the earning rates on our webpage as they have not yet been approved, as we are still waiting for the rules to be approved. Contractors and subcontractors who employ a qualified apprentice will need to submit a bid credit apprentice report to the Illinois Works by the 15th of each month for work that was performed by a qualified apprentice. How does this work? If the apprentice worked on a state-funded capital project, the Illinois Works team will access the certified payroll submitted to Illinois Department of Labor for your qualified apprentice for verification in order to award bid credits. If your apprentice worked on a project that was not a state-funded public works project, you will need to provide Illinois Works with a certified payroll report for the qualified apprentice for verification in order for us to award your bid credits. Bid credits will only be processed for work performed no more than 3 months prior to the request being submitted to Illinois Works. Requests for bid credit incentives for hiring and retaining qualified apprentices are required within 90 days of the hiring date or promotion date for the incentives. Once the bid credit apprentice report has been processed, Illinois Works will notify the contractor of the total number of bid credits awarded and deposited into the bid credit bank account, the date in which the bid credits are deemed earned, and the date in which the bid credits will expire. You can access your bank account to see all transactions using the contractor dashboard link that was provided to you when you first joined the program. Please note that bid credits will expire 10 years after the day they are earned, and expired bid credits will be debited from your account on the day in which they expire. Illinois Works will process bid credit requests for work performed no more than 3 months prior to being submitted, as long as there are no extenuating circumstances, such as the apprentice submitted is not an Illinois Works graduate, the Illinois Works graduate is already a journey person, or there are no certified payroll is available, amongst others. Following a request submission, Illinois Works will send an email notification of the status of the request. The request statuses will be defined as approved, reviewed, more information is needed, or declined. Contractors can see their own bid credits on their contractor dashboard. They can also view all Illinois Works Bid Credit Program registered contractors in the Bid Credit Registry. On a monthly basis, Illinois Works will publish a registry on its webpage of all active Bid Credit Program contractors and subcontractors, as well as the amount of available bid credits each of them have. This resource is important because it will allow you to see who has earned bid credits so that you can pool bid credits with other contractors or subcontractors to make future bids for state-funded capital construction projects more competitive. For the year 2024, bid credit incentives will be earned at the following rate. There will be a $3,000 hiring incentive that can be claimed after 90 days worth of continuous employment. There will be promotional incentives for each year that the apprentices are promoted, starting with a $2,000 incentive when the year one apprentice is promoted to year two, a $2,500 incentive when the apprentice is promoted from a year two to year three, a $3,000 when promoted from a year three to year four, a $3,500 when promoted from a year four to year five, a $4,000 incentive when promoted from a year five to year six, and a $4,500 incentive when promoted to a journey person. Now, please note that apprentices are eligible for up to 6 years or until they become a journey person. So if you have an apprentice who is only in a trade that is only eligible for up to 4 years and then they become a journey person, then you would only be eligible for promotion to up to year four, and then you would go straight to the 4,500 to promotion to a journey person. So it would be straight to the years up to their final year, and then straight to the 4,500s for a journey person. So you would skip those last year 5 and year 6. So now we'll move on to question 5. Can a bid credit help you win a bid? Bid credits are virtual dollars. Think of them like credit card reward points. If a contractor or subcontractor earns a bid credit, it means that that virtual dollar earned can be used to bid on a state-funded capital construction project. These virtual dollars remain such and are never converted into real dollars. Bid credits can be earned on any project, public or private, but can only be used for bids on capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois. The program offers the opportunity for contractors to earn bid credits by hiring and retaining Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates. Once earned, contractors can submit bid credits as part of competitive bids for future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. So how can a bid credit impact your bid? Your base bid is the value of your bid before any available bid credits are applied. Once bid credits are applied to your base bid, the lowest effective bid is calculated. The lowest effective bid is the value of the base bid minus available bid credits. The awarding agency is required to use this value to determine, amongst other considerations, which bidding parties will prevail in securing a contract for a construction capital project funded by the state of Illinois. In short, the contractor with the lowest effective bid should, unless there are other circumstances that prevent it, be offered the opportunity to accept the contract at the bid amount that was submitted by the lowest qualified and responsible bidder, and thus earn the contract. The contractor can at that point decide if they want to accept the project at that contract price or not. This is where bid credits can strengthen your position. Let's look at an example of who would win the bid. If the qualified contractor or subcontractor's bid includes their submitted bid credits is lower than the bid's lowest responsible bidder, the qualified contractor or subcontractor wins the bid. They will get paid the amount of the lowest responsible bid. In this example, a capital construction project with an estimated total project cost of $1 million will have a 3% bid credit maximum, or $30,000. This project has 3 bidders, ABC, DEF, and GHI. These contractors bid the following. ABC bids $1 million, and they have submitted $15,000 worth of bid credits, lowering their bid to the lowest effective bid of $985,000. DEF submits their base bid of $1,250,000, but have offered 0 bid credits, so their lowest effective bid remains the same at $1,250,000. GHI's base bid is $990,000, and again they have submitted 0 bid credits, so their lowest effective bid is still $990,000. In the traditional bid setting, GHI would be the winner with the lowest base bid of $990,000. However, in the bid credit setting, ABC will be the lowest bidder with their submitted bid credits of $15,000. Their lowest effective bid will be $985,000, making them the lowest bidder. ABC should then be offered the contract for this project at $990,000, the lowest base bid received without bid credits. They will then be able to decide if they want to accept this contract at the $990,000 price or refuse it. If they accept the contract at the $990,000 price, their bid credits will then be cashed out and they will be awarded the contract. If they decide to refuse the contract at the $990,000 price, then their bid credits will be returned to their bid credit bank account for them to be used again in a future bid. The maximum amount of bid credits that may be used for a specific project when bidding on a public works project are as follows. 3% of the total project cost for projects less than $5 million, 4% of the total project cost for projects that are less than $50 million but more than $5 million, and 5% of the total project cost for projects that are more than $50 million. So question 6, how do you access bid credits to use them for bidding? Your bid credits will be maintained in the Illinois Works Bid Credit Bank. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Bank is an electronic system that Illinois Works uses to track all participating contractors and subcontractors and their bid credits and bid credit transactions. Each contractor and subcontractor that participates in the bid credit program will have a bid credit bank account that tracks their bid credits and their bid credit transactions. Illinois Works will process bid credit requests for work performed no more than 3 months prior to submittal. Contractors and subcontractors who seek bid credit incentives for hiring or retaining or promotion of an Illinois Works graduate must submit a bid credit apprentice report no more than 90 days after the qualified apprentice's hiring date or promotion date. Each month, the Illinois Works will publish on its webpage an updated registry of all active bid credit program contractors and subcontractors, as well as their active available bid credits as of the last day of the preceding month. So for example, April's registry would have the balance as of March 31st. Bid credits will expire 10 years after the day that they are earned by the contractor or subcontractor, and those expired bid credits will be debited from the contractor or subcontractor's bid credit bank account. Once you have employed the Illinois Works graduates, you will request 2 different types of bid credits, payroll or incentive bid credits for the same graduate you employ. This is accomplished by submitting a bid credit apprentice report. This request has been streamlined to utilize the information the contractor already reports. The bid credit apprentice report must be fully completed with the following information: the graduate or apprentice information, which requires the name, the IWRS graduate ID, the last 4 digits of the graduate's Social Security number, the apprenticeship information, which is the DOL RAP program type, the program name, and the apprenticeship year of your graduate. The employment information, which is the wage classification and employment type of your graduate. And the payroll information, which is the project information, the payroll dates, including the gross wages, the payroll start date, and the payroll end date. And if it's an incentive request, the incentive information, including the hire date, the acceptance letter, and or the promotion letter from the USDOL apprenticeship program. Please note the apprenticeship report is still under construction and has been taken down until the rules have been approved. In order to use your bid credits to bid for a future state-funded capital construction project, you will need to submit a bid credit certificate request. When contractors and subcontractors request a bid credit certificate to be used for a bid on a specific project, a bid credit certificate will be immediately issued that identifies the amount of available bid credits the contractor or subcontractor intends to use for the project. The bid credit certificate may only be used in connection with a bid for the specific project for which it is requested. The bid credits requested by the contractor or subcontractor for the bid credit certificate will be placed on hold in the contractor's bank account until the bid has been awarded and the award status has been updated by both the contractor and verified by the awarding agency, or the certificate expires. Please note the same bid credits cannot be used for more than 1 bid at a time, and that bid credit certificates will expire after 90 days unless the contractor or subcontractor requests an extension from Illinois Works. To access the bid credit certificate request, a link is now being provided for you in the chat. Effective in 2024, all invitation for bids for capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois will include the acceptance of Illinois Works bid credits. This applies to all state agencies, state grantees, and state loan recipients. This acceptance will follow the maximum allowable percentages based on the dollar amount of the base bid submitted. If you want to use your earned bid credits in conjunction with a bid, you will need to attach a bid credit certificate created specifically for that bid. Your bid credits are then used to lower your base bid to help you outbid the lowest qualified and responsible bidder who did not use bid credits by at least $1. The contractor with the lowest effective bid should be offered, unless other circumstances prevent it, the opportunity to accept the contract at the bid amount that was submitted by the lowest qualified and responsible bidder who did not use bid credits. If the awarding agency receives multiple bids from a contractor who submit bid credit certificates, the contractor with the lowest effective bid will be selected as the prevailing bidder and will have the opportunity to accept the contract at the lowest base bid amount. If the awarding agency determines that two bidders have the same adjusted bid value, all pre-existing selection criteria will apply to select the winning bidder, and the awarding agency will use its own pre-approved rules to determine the bid winner. Let's look at an example of who wins the bid. For a state-funded capital project with an estimated total project cost of $1.5 million, it will have a 3% bid credit maximum, or $45,000. This project will have three bidders: ABC, DEF, and GHI. These contractors will bid the following. ABC will bid $1.5 million base bid with $45,000 worth of bid credits, giving them the lowest effective bid amount of $1,455,000. DEF will have a base bid of $1.5 million, and they will offer 0 bid credits, leaving them with their lowest effective bid of $1.5 million. GHI's base bid will again be $1.5 million, and they will offer $37,000 worth of bid credits, giving them the lowest effective bid amount of $1,463,000. In this setting, all three bidders have the same base bid of $1.5 million. However, in the bid credit setting, when the lowest effective bid amount is taken into consideration, ABC will have the lowest effective bid amount of $1,455,000, and they should be offered the contract at the $1.5 million amount. If they choose to accept the contract, all of their bid credits will be cashed out, and they would be awarded the contract at the $1.5 million. If they choose to pass on the contract, then those $45,000 worth of bid credits would then be returned to their bid credit bank account. Question 7. How can you network with other contractors and subcontractors? Networking is the act of making connections to build relationships based on mutual outcomes. Networking with other contractors or subcontractors can help you leverage the relationship by combining or pooling bid credits. Multiple bid credit certificates can be combined in a bid for a project. As a general contractor, you must submit $5,000 of your own bid credits to combine your bid credits with other contractors or subcontractors. If combining with others, each contractor or subcontractor must request their own certificate from the bid credit for a bid from Illinois Works. If you submit a bid credit certificate for a subcontractor on a bid, you must use that subcontractor on the bid if you win the bid. If a subcontractor decides not to participate in a project after the bid is submitted and won, they cannot get their bid credits back. Illinois Works will debit their account and deduct the amount of bid credits used to win the bid. In the event that a subcontractor is disqualified by the awarding agency after the bid is awarded, during due diligence review, the credits contributed by the disqualified subcontractor will not be returned, and Illinois Works will debit their account and deduct the amount of bid credits used to win the bid. Let's look at another example for who wins the bid with combined bid credit certificates. Here we have a state-funded capital construction project with an estimated total project of, again, $1.5 million. It again will have a 3% bid credit maximum of $45,000. This project again has three bidders: ABC, who will subcontract with XYZ, DEF, who does not have any subcontractors, and GHI, who will subcontract with UVW. These contractors and subcontractors will bid the following. ABC, who subcontracts with XYZ, will bid $1.5 million base bid. They will have $5,000 worth of bid credits from ABC and $40,000 worth of bid credits from XYZ, for a total of bid credits of $45,000, giving them a lowest effective bid, again, of $1,455,000. DEF's base bid will be $1.5 million, and they will offer 0 bid credits, giving them a lowest effective bid of $1.5 million. GHI's base bid with UVW as their subcontractor will be $1.5 million. They will offer $15,000 worth of bid credits from GHI and $22,000 worth of bid credits from UVW, for a total of $37,000 worth of bid credits, for a lowest effective bid of $1,463,000. In this setting, again, all bids have the same total base bid amount, but in the bid credit setting, we will go with the lowest effective bid. The lowest effective bid here, once bid credits are taken into consideration, will be ABC with subcontractor XYZ, as they have the lowest effective bid, their base bid minus their available bid credits of $1,455,000. So they will be offered the contract at the lowest cash bid, which is the $1,500,000. If they choose to accept the contract, their bid credits will then be cashed out of their bid credit bank accounts, and they will be awarded the contract. If they choose to pass on the contract, their bid credits will be deposited back into their bid credit bank accounts for them to use again at a future time. You can never be punished for using your bid credits to leverage a bid. If you choose to not accept a bid, your bid credits that you put up for chance will just be returned to you. You can never lose them for leveraging them in a bid if you choose not to accept it. Contractors and/or subcontractors can pool their bid credits together with other contractors and subcontractors if the contractor or subcontractor who owns them consents for their bid credits to be used for a bid in which they participate. Bid credits cannot be bought, sold, or gifted to another contractor or subcontractor. Bid credits may only be transferred to another entity through a merger or acquisition. Question 8. What happens if you win or lose a bid? Again, you cannot lose your bid credits by leveraging them on a capital construction project. You can lose them if Illinois Works finds out that the bid credits are earned fraudulently. Bid credits ultimately accepted by an awarding agency to win a bid will be subtracted from your Illinois Works bid credit bank account. Bid credits will be frozen in a contractor or subcontractor's account when they request a bid credit certificate to bid for a project. Any excess bid credits that were not used by the awarding agency to award the project will be returned to your bank account. In the event that a bid contains multiple bid credit certificates, excess bid credits will be calculated and ultimately returned to the parties that submitted the bid credit certificates in the manner proportionally to the original contribution of each party. Bid credits that were sequestered or frozen in an account will be unfrozen if they were not used by the awarding agency because the contractor or subcontractor did not win the bid or won it but declined to accept it. The contractor or subcontractor withdraws its bid with the awarding agency, or the bid credit certificate expires. For both number 1 and number 2, both the contractor and the subcontractor and the awarding agency are required to report this information to Illinois Works, the bid outcome for the submitted bid credit certificates, and the amount of bid credits used and or returned. Question 9. Is this another crazy bureaucratic program? I can see how some might ask this question, as many federal and state programs come and go and are generally hard to use and navigate. Illinois Works is not another unstable bureaucratic program. It is a state law, and it is supported by Illinois legislature. It is implemented by the Office of Illinois Works at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. It has well-defined and was designed, specifically streamlined, after hearing the feedback from over 600 contractors from all over the state. This program has effective and efficient processes, procedures, technological tools, communication tools, and staff. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program is fully operational and is a well-funded DCO program and initiative. It also has the full support of the administration, both at DCEO and the governor's office. This program is here to stay, and it is a unique and innovative program, and is expected to be a leader nationally. So what's the catch? There is no catch. You must hire and retain an Illinois Works graduate. That graduate must be enrolled in a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, or if that graduate is not enrolled in a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, as a contractor or subcontractor, you can sponsor them, or you can request a graduate through our career services team. So let us review each of the key programs. The Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative creates the job demand. This program opens doors of opportunity in the construction industry and the building trades for Illinois residents. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates a pipeline of diverse and qualified candidates to respond to the created demand to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates. And the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program creates the incentives to hire and retain these Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduates. All of these programs together focus on helping communities and supporting the construction industry and the building trades. Ultimately, Illinois Works connects the community members who graduate with construction and the building trades through the Illinois Works Career Services team. As of December 2023, the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship programs have graduated 1,500 participants. Hundreds of these graduates are still looking for an opportunity to start a career in the construction and the building trades. These graduates are trained, ready, willing, and able to begin work on job sites across the state of Illinois. How can you get connected with an Illinois Works graduate? Illinois Works recently launched the Career Services team. This team is designed specifically to build relationships with DOL RAPs, directly connect employers and graduates through job matching, and provide long-term transition support to our Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates. The main goal of Illinois Works is to increase the number of Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates gaining employment and entry into the DOL RAPs of their choice. By achieving this goal, this team directly supports the goal of our connecting contractors to a highly qualified talent pipeline, which allows them to earn bid credits to be used on future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. So how can you get connected to an Illinois Works graduate? The Illinois Works Career Services team facilitates job matching. This highly effective team works hard to ensure a seamless and effective process. As a contractor, all you would need to do is submit a job order through the Illinois Works employer form and specify your employment needs. Specifications may include, but not be limited to, the graduate's availability to work in a particular location, certifications requested, career interests, and qualifications required. This user-friendly form allows the Illinois Works Career Services team to send you a list of the Illinois Works graduates that meet your job requirements. You can access the Illinois Works employer form using the link provided for you now in the chat. The job order form is also used by contractors to provide follow-up information about the graduates that they might have screened or hired from the list they received. Let us review the job matching process. Contractors submit job orders electronically to the Career Services team. The Career Services team then sends an electronic link to graduates identifying ready and able graduates. The graduates apply for the job within 72 hours using the provided link and submit their updated resume and contact information. The Career Services team then screens the applicants, and all those that meet the contractor's requirements are then forwarded to the contractor for their review and consideration. If only a small number of applicants, or if no applicants at all, are received within the 72-hour window, Illinois Works will generate a list of available graduates from its graduate database. Illinois Works asks the contractors update the outcome for any candidates sent to them. If you are interested in connecting with the Career Services team, please contact Victor Castillo. His email is being provided for you in the chat now. Once again, here is a link for you to join the Big Credit program. It will only take you 5 minutes to fill out the form. For those of you interested in joining, let us open the link and fill out the form together. If you have questions, please feel free to post your questions in the chat now as you complete the form.
Okay, Becky, we did get some questions that came in. What is the sponsorship process? And this goes back to earlier in the presentation about how you could sponsor someone.
The sponsorship process is different for each labor union, so that would be dependent on which trade that you are wanting to sponsor them in. And that would be something that would be better discussed with the career services team. So if you have a graduate that you want to hire and you want to get them into a certain trade, that would be something that would be better served, that would be better answered by Victor, actually.
Great. And we've got that email posted here in the chat, so you can go back and send that to Victor. Another question came in during the presentation. Do you earn partial amounts if the apprentice does not get paid 2,080 hours a year? For example, if the apprentice only averages 30 hours a week.
So you will earn bid credits based on the wage dollars that you pay them. So if they only work, it's based on, it's dollar for dollar on the wages that you pay them. So dollar for dollar, hour for hour. So if they only work 10 hours a week, you would get bid credits based on the time that they're paid. So there's no minimum and there's no maximum. So it would be directly correlate with exactly what they're paid, the time they're paid, the hours they're paid, the wages they're paid.
Great, thank you. Another question just came in. When will we be able to register the pre-apprentice and start accumulating bid credits?
We will be able to award bid credits as soon as the rules are approved. We really hope to have approved rules before the end of the year. So we will be able to, like I said, we'll be able, as soon as the rules are approved, we'll be able to award bid credits for apprentices that are working and are hired. We anticipate that there'll be a look back period so that we'll be able to award bid credits for any apprentices that are currently working. But that is not written in stone, but that is something that is being discussed in the rule period right now.
Thank you, Becky. All right, I don't see any other questions in chat, but if you have any, please drop those in now, and Becky will be sure to answer them or help you get directed to the person that can answer them for you. Um, if I don't believe I've missed any, I went back and double checked. Again, if you have a question, please drop it into chat at this time. If not, we're going to let Becky take a break and from the presentation, and we're going to go into an evaluation. So let me go ahead and start that. And we at Illinois Works, we are always looking for feedback on how we can continuously improve. And this is put together for you to help you get the answers to your questions. So, would you mind doing us a favor and helping us understand how we could better meet your needs? If you would go to www.menti.com, you type that in. You can do this on your phone, you can do it on the computer that you're accessing from now. But when you do, you will get the pop up will come up where it'll ask you to enter a code. And the code you're going to enter is 23719337. And we're going to do just a few quick questions here to get your feedback. And uh, Katie has dropped the code into chat. Katie, if you can also drop the link in, that'd be great. I don't know if you have that yet. There we go. Great. So you can just, if you have it, you can just click that link and it'll take you directly to Mentimeter. And I'll circle back on additional questions that come in. We'll get Becky to circle back on those in just a minute here. But if you would jump over to Mentimeter and let's get your feedback. So again, we want to hear from you. I know there's not a lot of folks on the call today, but your feedback is very important to us. So we do this to collect that from the presentation. So if you would go ahead and join Mentimeter and let's go into the questions. So the first question I have for everyone is to share your views on this training by rating the following statements from 1 lowest to 10 highest. Again, go to mentimeter.com and then you can put into give us this feedback. Just a few questions here before we get back in and answer any additional questions you may have. So it looks like I'm still waiting for those of you that can to join Mentimeter, menti.com. Look like we got a response in there. Thank you so much. I'll get a few more of you out there too. This will help us again with our feedback, and then we'll jump back and answer your questions. All right, great. I see another response came in. I'm going to move forward to our next question. The course was relevant to what I wanted to learn about the subject matter. If you would, and tell us from strongly disagree to strongly agree. We'd love to hear how well we did with this course content. Did it meet your needs of what it was that you were looking for? Again, just another question here. All right. Got a mix from strongly agree to strongly disagree. And I do know sometimes those numbers don't always pop up in the order of descending order. So if you do have a strongly disagree, we definitely want to hear from you as to how we could improve it. The next question is, I plan to apply what I learned. So did what we cover, was it helpful for you? Uh, was it something that you could take and actually apply? Do you feel like you have enough information, helpful information to apply that? If you would give us your answer here. Got a couple of responses. Great. Strongly agree. Thank you. And then what improvements might you recommend? What could we do to make this presentation better? This is not the first time we've given it, but we are always looking for ways to get better. Obviously, we would love to hear your thoughts and what you feel would make this better. If you don't have any suggestions, just type NA and hit enter. And I'll know that you at least considered the question, didn't have anything to add to it, and appreciate that. All right, so let's keep moving ahead. What did you find effective? If we make changes, what would you recommend we keep? Anything you found specifically valuable that Rebecca covered today that you thought, wow, that was a great part of this presentation? If you would give us that feedback, that way we can make sure to keep those sections that are most valuable. So how the bid credits can be used. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. And is there anything else about this course you think we should know? If you would, drop in your response there. This is the last question I have for you. Then we're going to circle back. We did get a couple more questions that came in. I want to make sure we get answers to those and get your questions answered. So thank you. All right. Appreciate that feedback today. Well, again, this is Becky, thanks so much for the time and energy you put into the presentation and today and presenting. But let's see here. We did get some questions. Is there a way to earn bid credit eligibility other than completing an Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program? Becky, I noticed you typed into chat there. Anything else you want to add into the presentation?
No, for this program, the only way to earn bid credits is to hire an Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduate. It's the
Okay,
only way to have eligibility.
thank you.
I
And then we
also,
did get oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I also noticed, Jeff, which might be what you're going to address. Somebody asked if there's going to be a slideshow.
Yes.
We do not put the slideshow out, but we do put a recording of the webinar out on our website. So I did put a link to that. If you go to our webpage, the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program, at the bottom of the page, there's a link to the Bid Credit Program Partner Guide, and a link to all the recorded webinars is there. So probably sometime tomorrow, a link to this webinar will be out there for people to view.
And just a quick plug, that's a great website and just tons of great information out there for you too to navigate to. So even if you're not looking for the slideshow, encourage you to definitely go out and navigate around for some great resources from the bid credit team. Well, thanks again. Thank you for joining us and being a part of today's presentation. And oh, we got to get one more question here. Is there I was asking if there was a way employees can earn bid credits other than the Illinois Works program, not the contractors. And Becky, are you still there? You might be on mute.
I'm not sure employees. I'm not sure about.
Are you able to ask Jackie? Can Jackie come off mute and ask that question, provide any additional information?
Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Jack.
Hello.
I've unmuted you. I'm not sure quite sure what you're asking there.
So we're part of Skills USA Illinois, so we put participants through the Illinois Works program and they earn bid credit eligibility. So when contractors or whoever hire them, then they have those bid credits. So it's the employees who have that bid credit eligibility. And so I was wondering if there was another way for employees to gain that bid credit eligibility other than going through Illinois Works.
I'm, I'm sorry, I'm still not quite sure what you're asking.
That's fine. I can ask Victor. I appreciate it. I just wanted to see if I could get clarification.
Yeah. So, and you have Victor's email, is that right,
I sure
Jackie?
do. Yep.
Okay, great. We'll make sure you get that information. If not, too, you can put it into the bid credit email as well, and there'll be some, we can sure follow up offline with you and answer your question. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Thank you, Becky. Thanks for staying on, and thanks for the questions. It's always great to get them and the feedback. Thank you. You guys have a great day.